Good morning. Welcome to Crocheted. I'm Rosanna. Today is WIP weekend number 39. I've had a very busy week this week. I had my granddaughter. We had a sleepover, so she was here for 3 days. So a lot of time was spent with her doing what she wanted to do, and I love it. Here in Ontario, schools don't start back till Monday, so they had an extra week after New Year's, and my daughter had to work, so I volunteered, and I love it. I love it. I went to the eye doctors, and they checked on my left eye, and everything is great. It's doing better than expected. So I'm so looking forward to next week. I go in and have my right eye done. But it's really strange because now I'm constantly looking. I got myself some little cheater readers because my eyes were so bad. They said I will still need reading glasses. So I'm constantly asking my husband, have you seen my glasses? So, but I'm very happy with what I can see. When I do this, it is so clear and so bright. I'm so happy about that. So let's get started with the WIPs today. I will be following Heather the Crochet Witch and Bella from Bella Gifts Crochets to do the Marquee blanket every month. So I'll be doing my book blanket, and I will be following the Marquee challenge on Heather's channel. So I started it, and I loved doing the chevron blanket that I did for Vlogmas. So I decided to do a chevron blanket. I will enter the poster of the movie that Heather is doing here. I believe it's Young Guns 2. It's not in front of me. I'm hoping that's right. So I'll show you what I'm doing. And I am using all my scrap yarns that I got in my big bucket upstairs. I'm trying to use a lot of my scraps because I have a lot, because I get all the tangled yarn from Cambridge Fibers. So to start with, I started with the brown, and that'll be the bottom of the blanket. And I've done something to my shoulder here, and I can't lift it right now. It's just so sore, so everything will be on an angle today. So that's how far I've gotten. And like I said, most of them are red heart scraps, but once I wash them up, they're great. And this is a lapgan for a wheelchair, and the dimensions, I keep mentioning it because I keep getting questions on it. The dimensions of the wheelchair lapgan is 30 inches by 40 inches, give or take an inch or two here. They're not too worried about an inch or two, but they don't want it too wide so it falls in the wheels of the wheelchair, and not too long so it drags on the ground. So those are the first two colors. And I am using the pattern I used, the chevron blanket pattern that I use for Vlogmas, and I will link that pattern below. So I had an old, I'm trying to do this, I can't use my left hand here. The brown is an old, I believe 3 years old, craft value from Michael's, and that's in chocolate brown. Not sure, I'm always technically having problems with my videos. So the other colors I've got in here are just a cream colored. It's a little darker than that. And I've got the purple. And I might try and get a blue in there too. There's a little bit of blue. And then I've got a speckled cream color for some of the faces and some of the upper body colors. And I've got, to put my reading glasses on first, a cafe latte color. That is for what the men are wearing. And then I've got this denim heather color for the top of the poster. So those are the colors I'm using in the Marquee. And I love doing this chevron. I was so worried. Get these off. So worried at first that I don't know why I didn't want to do it. Put this in here. Sorry, I'm having really difficulties with this arm, so I do like the chevron blanket. It's easy to do. and I can watch TV while I'm doing it. Better put the pattern in there too. So that's one thing I'm doing. The other item I'm doing is, sorry, I have to reach with my other hand. I am trying to knit hats this year for donations. So I've started another hat, and it's in the green colors. And I've done a 2-inch, sorry, put that back on, a 2-inch brim. And now I'm just going, and it's inside out. And I'm just going round and round now. So I'm really enjoying my knitting, and I think my stitches are getting a little bit more even. So I'll keep doing that. And what I'm using is, sorry, Cascade Yarns, Pacific. And the color is color 501. But it's a green, dark green, a sagey green, and some off-white green. So that's what I'm doing in my knitting. I have not worked at all on my shawl that I'm knitting with my mini skeins. Was pretty busy with Paige, like I said, and haven't done that much knitting. And the final WIP I have is my sweater I'm making. So that's it there. I've done the back panel completely. I've done one of the front sides, and I'm probably just halfway done on the other side. So I love the sweater. I just get bored doing the same stitch over and over again, not changing colors. So, and I'm making the sweater out of Premier Puzzle. Where is it? There it is. So that's what I'm doing with the sweater, and I love the pattern. It's just I get bored doing the same stitch over and over again, so I'm just picking it up a little bit at a time. So, and I love the puzzle. It's so nice and soft. And Bella said that this was the lemon peel stitch. And then I believe somebody else told me it was the Suzette stitch. So I think they're the same stitches. So that's that. And I'm diligently working on my book cover blanket. It's coming along nicely. I do love it, and I will be showing it probably next week, midweek, to show you how much I've completed. I'm doing kind of assembly line, so I'm doing the first few rounds with the one color, and then doing all the same color, and then coming back in with the black. So a little assembly line going, and I really, really am enjoying doing that. I'm just so happy with the way that's turning out. And before I get on to that, I did draw the names for the book cover that will be using their book covers. And I'm going to need my glasses for this. And I will pop them all up here. And so Charlotte Bruce picked a book. Dale Ann Young will be using her book. Zuri Taylor will be using your book. Gail Simmons will be using your book. And Moon Spirit by Cindy Hill will be using your book also. So I believe that's all of them. So 6. And I've got my 6 books. So this month we are doing Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. And next month we'll be doing one of your books. So I'm really excited about that. I drew the names, and then I went over to Google and I Googled the covers, and some of the colors are just spectacular in the books. And I love it too, because now I get to find out some of your favorite books, and a lot of them I haven't read, so I'll be doing that. So those were the books picked by the random comment picker. And then for my WIPs, I'm just looking. It's hard when you need glasses to see the book. Okay, and I have 2 finished items. I was asked what pattern I used for my knitted hats, and I use the Ross hat. And if you just Google the Ross hat, it will come up, and it's done by Smell Good Yarns, and I don't think he has a tutorial on it. I'm not sure. I've just got the patterns, and he uses all the weights from fingering weight all the way up to a bulky 6 weight for his hats. So I do follow them. So this was the hat that I showed you last week, the ball band, and I loved the way it turned out, and I had enough to Lynn Ball got me the hat, and I made a huge pom-pom on top. So I'm really liking the blue. I'm not sure if anyone from my family is going to take it, and if they don't, it will be donated. So I used, I'm going to put my glasses back on again, Red Heart Soft Essentials, and the color is Maritime, and I really, really love the color of this, and it is showing up pretty good. I've trying to figure out, and I've almost figured out the colors. So that's basically a tad darker, and those are the colors. So I'm really happy that I figured out the colors on my computer and with my ring light. So that was the hat. And I had spoken last week, and I had forgotten to show you, I had a WIP going on, and I was doing a corner-to-corner blanket with just scrap yarns, just grabbing my scraps from a basket and just doing corner-to-corner. And what I do is I do corner-to-corner till I'm 30 inches wide, and I just start working down the one side, but keep increasing on the other side. And that once I get 40 inches on that side, then I square it off or rectangle it off. Haven't woven in my ends yet, but this is the blanket here. Won't be able to lift it very high. So that's the corner to corner. And like I said, it's still all scrap yarns that I've been using. So that's another wheelchair lapgan that I will be donating to my seniors home up the street. And if they don't need it, I'll find another seniors home that could use some wheelchair lapgans. I may even divide it up and do 2 different seniors homes next year. So I do love making my wheelchair lapgans, and I have a lot of scrap yarns, and it's almost selfish because I just feel so good when I donate them, and I'm sure you guys do too. It's not selfish, but sometimes I feel like I am being selfish because of the joy it brings me, and when I see the happy faces of the people receiving them, it's just amazing. So that was it for my finished items. Not much this week because, like I said, I had Paige with me, and she is an amazing child. She's so active and so good. The only thing is, she does not need many hours of sleep. So she's up. I started putting her to bed at 8 o'clock, and it wasn't working. So I put on a movie on my laptop, and we laid in bed together. I fell asleep, and she woke me up when the movie was over at like 10 something. So I said, okay, that's it, lights out. And it still took her a good half hour to fall asleep. So that's the only thing that are issues with my no, it's not even an issue. It's just she doesn't need the sleep. She wakes up happy as could be at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. She just doesn't need as much sleep as most kids. So I'm tired. It's it's hard work when you're over 60 looking after a 6-year-old and constantly doing things, but she's such a great kid, and I love it. This weekend, we will be going to a celebration of life, and that's it. Yeah, it was a sad situation with friends of ours, so we'll be going there and supporting them. And that's all we're planning for this weekend. Like I said, I was very tired after the week, and hoping not to make dinner tonight. Usually Saturdays is we go out or we order dinner in, and I think it's just going to be an order dinner in this weekend. And we have no other plans. My parents will probably stop over sometimes this weekend. And next week, I will be going on Thursday for my second surgery. So I'm hoping to get some items completed before then. If not, that's okay too. So I want you to have a wonderful WIP weekend. Enjoy your time at home crafting or with your family, and I will see you soon. Oh, bye for now. I couldn't lift the other arm.